Good morning, dear students. This is Sadish Kumar, and we are going to see the next session of the light reflection and refraction. Okay. As you can see here, this is a rectangular glass slab which we have already seen, and the incident ray comes from the rarer medium to denser medium glass, and it is coming out as a emergent ray. Okay. So the light is refracted and it is deviated from the original path. And in this diagram, you can see here, the light is coming from denser medium and it is entering into the rarer medium. So while it's entering, what will happen here? It is moving away from the normal. And in this diagram, the light is coming from rarer medium and entering into the denser medium. It is moving towards the normal. So as an example, you can see here, this square is rectangular glass slab. So in this, from rectangular glass slab, the light is emerging out. So it is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, that is glass to air. So it is moving away from the normal. And in the next diagram, you can see here the light is moving from air to glass. Air is a rarer medium, glass is a denser medium. So denser medium to rarer medium, if the light ray penetrate inside, it bend towards the normal. This is what happening over here, which we have already discussed. And in this diagram also, we have already discussed that how displacement is happening over here. The light is entering from air into the glass. Because of that, it is moving towards the normal and it is going inside the medium, and it is emerging out and it is moving away from the normal. So original path of light, because of refraction, it is slightly shifted from its original position. So this is called lateral displacement or lateral shift. So today we are going to see today's session. Now we are going to see the today's session, that is some of the materials which is given over here. For this material, what is the refractive index? That is what we are going to see. If you take first, air is the medium, and in that, for that air, the refractive index is 1. And ice, which we use in the cool drinks, right? Ice cubes, everything. That ice have the refractive index of 1.31. And the plain water is contain 1.33 refractive index. Alcohol, kerosene, alcohol contain 1.36, kerosene contain 1.44. So these are all certain materials, and quartz is the kind of a glass which is having the refractive index of 1.46. Turpentine, oil, benzene, these are all the materials which allows the light to penetrate it, and that refractive is simultaneously it's given over here. It is 1.47, 1.50. Crown is a type of glass which is having a refractive index of 1.52. Okay, and these are all some of the other materials. Flint glass, Canada balsam, these are all the type of glasses which will be having the refractive index of 1.53 and 1.65. And in the ornament, we will use certain gems, right? Stones and gems that we will use. In that, ruby has the refractive index of 1.71 and sapphire has the refractive index of 1.77. And most importantly, diamond is having the refractive index of 2.42. This will come in the board exam, that what is the refractive index of diamond. It may come in very short answer type of questions, or in the numerics also it may come here. So kindly go through this table and have a glance of it. It is very important. Okay, let us go for the next one. Here, the transparent material bound by two surfaces. Okay, the transparent material bound by two surfaces, of which one or both surfaces are spherical, means that we can consider this as a lens. So refractive index of a lens, if you calculate it, as you can see here, the refraction by the spherical lenses only, that we are going to use it over here. And this is a magnifying glass which used to view the fingerprints of a humans. Forensic departments that they'll use to find it out the fingerprints, by using this refractive index only, which will be using over here for this particular glass material. And in cameras, most of the lenses which will be using, and this is also refraction which is happening over here. Okay. And in next, we are going to see the terms related to the lens. Some terminologies which related to the mirror, which we have already seen it. Terminologies which related to the mirror. When it comes to lens, what are all the terminologies which we are going to see it here? That is what we are going to discuss it now. First one is center of curvature. Center of curvature is nothing but this lens is having two different parts. That is two spherical surfaces. This is one spherical surface and this is a second spherical surface. So these two together only it will form a lens. So the lens has two spherical surfaces. Each of these surfaces forms a part of a sphere. The center of spheres are called as center of curvature. Center of the sphere is called as center of curvature. Here two center of curvature are there because two surfaces. Normally it will be represented by the letter C. Because of these two center of curvatures, it is represented as C1 and C2. Okay. And next is principal axis. We have already seen for the mirror that what is principal axis? The imaginary line which passes through the pole is called principal axis. That is for mirror. Here for lenses, an imaginary straight line passing through the two center of curvature of lenses is called its principal axis. Okay. Next, it is the optical center. For mirror, we will say this as a pole. For lens, we will say this as an optical center. So the central point of lenses is called optical center. It is represented by the letter O. Next one is aperture. So aperture, the effective diameter of the circular outline of a spherical lens is called its aperture. Where the light ray goes and hits the surface of the lens is called aperture. Okay. And focus. Next one is focus. Focus means for mirror where it converges the light is called focus. Here also it is the similar thing. When rays parallel to the principal axis and get refracted by convex lens, they converge to a point of principal axis. This point is called principal focus. Okay. And since lens is having two spherical surfaces, if you pass parallel rays from opposite side of a lens, you will get another principal focus on the opposite. So two principal focus is there. So lens is having two principal focus. As you can see here, a lens has two principal focus, usually f1 and f2. Okay. And this is the diagram of the concave lens. In concave lens, focus 1 is here, focus 2 is here. This is the principal axis and this portion is called aperture. Okay. This O, which denotes the optical center. So concave lenses also have two foci, that is usually named as f1 and f2. Okay. So till now we have seen the terminologies related to the lenses. Next class we are going to see the rules for image formation and how the images are formed in the concave lens and convex lens. Everything that we will discuss in the chapter in the next video. Okay. Go through this video repeatedly twice or thrice so that you'll get a better idea about this. Okay. Thank you.